Conference USA basketball. This evening, a women's game between the visiting Golden Eagles of Southern Mississippi at 7-9, 5-9 inside league play, against Florida Atlantic, also at 7-9 and 5-7 within Conference USA. Hi everyone, Frank Forte alongside John DeStefano. And John, as we wind down the regular season, yesterday Conference USA announced plans for the postseason tournament, and hey, guess what? Everybody's invited.
Hey, you got it, Frank. Everybody's invited. It's a big party in Conference USA tournament this year. All 14 teams will make it. In the second and third rounds, there will actually be cross-divisional play. So these two teams just might see each other again, and it would behoove both Owls and Eagles to get very familiar with their opponent today.
And those are the matchups as the standings are right now before we begin play on this Friday evening inside Conference USA. Now, Southern Mississippi, they have a very balanced attack. Nobody averaging in double figures, but they have a young lady who's an absolute handful in the paint in Kelsey Jones.
Oh, they absolutely do. Kelsey Jones, one of the best centers in Conference USA. She's long, strong, and here to move bodies. Averaging 9 points a game and 5 rebounds, just a force down low in the paint.
It's going to be a big challenge for the FAU bigs inside against Kelsey Jones. She also shoots nearly 60% from the field. For FAU, Iggy Allen, well, she does a little bit of everything.
And what can you say about Iggy Allen that hasn't already been said? Again, a Swiss Army knife out there, just a Wonder Woman. She can do everything. She's only been held under 16 points in 2 games this season.
And she averages a double-double to lead the Owls. All right, so we are ready for play between Southern Miss and FAU. The Owls coached by Jim Jaber. His 4th season here in Boca, 510 career wins in his 33rd overall season. Joy Lee McNellis going for career win number 500 in her long and illustrious career, her 30th season, her 17th at Southern Miss. Destiny Jones and Amber Gaston will jump it up, and we are underway from Boca. Southern Miss with the first possession. Rose Warren to the baseline. Back out. Allman with a long jumper. Banked up, no good. Warren with an offensive rebound. Immediately double teamed. Destiny Smith had it go off her hands, but Kaya Wormsley rescues, and now they'll reset the offense. Deja Allman, number 21. Wormsley fires up a 3 off the front iron, and Warren with her second offensive rebound. Allen with a near steal, loose on the floor, and they'll jump it up, and it's going to be a possession arrow to FAU.
And you love to see the hustle there from Iggy Allen. Just everywhere in the beginning, a pest all day long.
So the Owls will possess the basketball for the first time. Starting lineup of Alexa Zapp, Sophia Gallerone, Iggy Allen, Amber Gaston, and Yanetta Rosentali. The Owls, and we can say this a bunch of times this season, as inside Rosentali gets the left-handed layup for the first points of the game. The Owls shorthanded. They came out of the games last weekend. Ali Tilka suffered a knee injury. She's normally a starter. Rita Pleskovich, normally a starter. She has an illness, we're told, that is not COVID-related. And backup point guard Nicola Ozola also out with an illness. So the Owls very short-handed. There's Wormsley with the jumper, and Southern Miss on the board.
Short-handed indeed, Frank, but they also welcome back Yanetta Rosentali and Sophia Galleron. Both players missed the UTEP series.
Iggy Allen drains a 3.
There she goes, right off the bat. Iggy Allen opening with a 3.
Shooting 36.5% from three-point range. Destiny Smith, Kaya Wormsley, Allman, Warren, and Jones in the starting lineup for Southern Miss. Kelsey Jones, who we highlighted in the open. Warren with a long 2, that's way off. And Iggy Allen with her first rebound. She averages 11 boards per game. Allen trying to work her way in. Gives it up to Zapp. 5-2 FAU in the early going. Amber Gaston in the low post. Kicks it out for Iggy Allen. Allen to the baseline, fires from 17 and hits.
Can't leave that kind of separation with Allen, Frank. She knows what to do with it on the baseline. 5 early points.
And when she gets hot, that's a good sign for FAU. If she shoots it well, the Owls generally have success.
She was largely shut down in the first half of the last UTEP game, Frank. Expect Iggy Allen to come out angry today.
Kelsey Jones gets inside position and lays it in. 7-4 FAU, and Southern Miss showing pressure for the first time. Near steal from Jones. Allen finds Gaston. Gaston is tied up. Jump ball, possession arrow, Golden Eagles.
Excellent recognition there by Wormsley, noting that Gaston had picked up her dribble and forced the tie-up.
Stu Gay off the bench for the Owls will replace Amber Gaston. Gay returned to the lineup last weekend after a long-term ankle injury. Scoreless in the first game, although she did a lot of other things well at UTEP, and then had 13 points in the second game.
Yeah, Stu Gay, only 6-point average on the season, but like you said, she does everything else on the court and demands minutes.
Rose Warren on the dribble drive, lays it up short. Iggy Allen went over. Wow. Iggy Allen went over her own player, but the foul is on Alexis Zaff trying to block out Destiny Jones, and that is a mismatch down low. So there's no way there's over the back because she went over the back of her own teammate, but the foul was on the other side of the lane. So Zaff picks up her first foul and an inbound violation. And Destiny Jones, or rather Kelsey Jones, picks up a foul on the inbounds.
Yeah, foul away from the ball. She had her over the top.
So the Owls will get possession anyway. Iggy Allen against pressure. Has it stolen by Allman. Allman on the drive, cut off. Walmsley got away with a travel. Walmsley again, this time from the elbow. Her jumper's good.
Yeah, terrific job in space there by Wormsley. She has an excellent mid-range.
Fess Hawkins, number 3, into the game for the first time for Southern Miss. As Stu Gay loads up on a 3 and can't hit it. Iggy Allen with the offensive rebound.
What a tremendous job there by Allen, skying one-handed for the rebound and immediate putback.
9-6 FAU. Allman with the screen from Hawkins. Picked up by Allen. Rose Warren.
Great spacing so far by FAU, taking up nearly the entire court.
Warren, Walmsley. Allman gets into the paint, lost the handle, got it back and fires. Way short, Rosentali with the rebound. Rosentali to the front court. Scallarone finds Zaff for a corner 3. Skips off the iron, and Wormsley with the rebound. Kaya Wormsley, long lead pass. Destiny Smith saved it inbounds. Allman, Wormsley, fires from 3. Rebound Rosentali. Immediately to Iggy Allen. Iggy doesn't have the numbers, and she'll slow it down. Alexis Zaff gets the screen from a Stu Gay. Her shot rims out. Loose ball on the rebound. Another jump ball, and the Owls will keep possession. That's already our third jump ball of the first quarter.
Take a look at this putback from Iggy Allen off the miss by Gay. Look at this tremendous job, one-handed. I don't even know how she had the handle on that one.
Bree Beck checks in for FAU, wearing number 4. And Amber Gaston back in. They'll replace Rosentali and Zaff. Beck with the inbound. A Stu Gay in the right corner. Now Iggy Allen. She'll fire from 3 and hit. Iggy Allen has hit her first 4 field goal attempts. She's already got 10 points.
I said she'd come out angry, Frank, and she certainly looks it.
12-6 FAU. Allman on the drive, the kickoff, and the jumper no good. Rose Warren with her 3rd offensive rebound. Lauren Gross, wearing number 22, missed that initial shot. On the inside, Allman lost the handle, and Beck comes up with the steal. Beck for Gallarone. Feeds Gaston down low. Amber Gaston had it blocked by Hawkins. Allman. 1-on-2, blocked by a Stu Gay. Allman got it back. Wormsley into the paint. The 12-footer is good.
That nifty little runner there from Wormsley. Again, an excellent mid-range shooter.
Wormsley has 6 of the 8 Southern Miss points. Near steal, Iggy Allen able to rescue for the Owls. Bree Beck will set the offense.
Beck seeing extended minutes after missing about 6 games this season due to injury.
Stu Gay called for the offensive foul, trying to get position. Her first, second on FAU.
just a bit aggressive there.
We have a timeout on the floor. 4:08 left to go in the first quarter here in Boca. It's FAU 12, Southern Miss 8. Back at Abessinio Court on the campus of Florida Atlantic University, Owls lead Southern Miss 12-8. 10 of those 12 points, John DeStefano, have come from Iggy Allen.
Yeah, Iggy Allen just tearing it up already in this game. Already 6 minutes expired with 10 points, couple of threes, and just tremendous everywhere on the court.
FAU comes into this game with a 5-7 record in conference play. They are tied for 4th in the Eastern Division along with Western Kentucky and FIU. So these 2 games against Southern and then 2 more next weekend in Charlotte will go a long way toward determining their seeding in the Conference USA tournament, which, as we mentioned in the open, John, all 14 schools have been invited to participate. Now, there's some schools, possibly, I don't know anything, but they could opt not to play given the COVID protocols, but everybody's been invited.
That's correct. They do have the option, but all 14 teams with the invite to the Conference USA tournament. USM actually closes their season this weekend for these 2 games against FAU. And as you mentioned, FAU has 1 more series next weekend, a reschedule against Charlotte.
And Southern Miss also shorthanded today because I don't see number 45, Grayson, their other 6'3 player. She does not appear to be on the trip.
That's right, one of the twin trees is missing today. Malia Grayson, the leading scorer and rebounder for this USM squad.
Warren with the missed shot, but Wormsley with the offensive rebound. And that's one thing Jim Jaber's probably not happy about is the number of offensive rebounds they've given up so far. Lauren Gross with a long jumper. That's an air ball. Hawkins can't save it in. Belongs to FAU.
Yeah, Coach Jaber certainly not happy about the amount of rebounding so far. Normally good, this FAU team, the best in Conference USA. In fact, they average 42 rebounds per game.
4-point lead for the Owls. Alexa Zapp against pressure gets it to the front court. Sophia Gallerone feeding down low. Amber Gaston. Gaston with a bounce pass. Gallerone regathers. Has to back it out. Gaston couldn't find the handle. It'll stay with FAU. Still 10 on the shot clock. Well, they pointed FAU's direction, and now, yeah, it is FAU's basketball. Rose Warren stepped out of bounds to inbound. They said, no, it's not your ball. Gaston misses the jumper. Hawkins with the rebound, and Wormsley heads the other way. Allman. Warren for 3. Rose Warren with the triple.
Great shot there by Warren. One of the unsung players on this squad. Actually one of the most efficient for USM. They are plus 65 for the season, which is their best when she is on the court.
Alexa Zapp gets it to Gallerone. Now Bree Beck. Zapp thought about a 3. Takes it into the paint. Astute Gay feeds down low. Gaston draws the double team, spins it up, no good, but she drew a foul, and we'll shoot a couple as we'll have our first free throws of the evening. Foul win on Hawkins, her first. So we're seeing some of the Golden Eagles who haven't played a lot this year, and Fess Hawkins and Lauren Gross early in this game. And as we mentioned, the Owls are also missing 2 starters, plus their backup point guard.
Well, this is a very rotational team, Frank. In fact, they've had 11 different starting lineups in their 16 games they've played this year. So rotation is something they're very used to.
Amber Gaston shooting only 44% from the line coming into the game. Makes 1 out of 2. Her first point on the evening. And it's a 3-point FAU lead. Gross cut off on the baseline. Warren from the foul line, nothing but net.
Terrific freshman there, Warren. Absolute stroke of a shot, and again, very, very efficient. She's an excellent player.
Southern Miss has 3 freshmen averaging at least 7 points a game. Iggy Allen with the elbow jumper. Stay hot, young lady.
And you know she will, Frank. Iggy is feeling it today.
Wormsley pulls up for a 10-footer and hits. She has 8 points.
But not if Wormsley can say anything about it. She has matched her shot for shot so far.
Allen with a dozen, Wormsley with 8. FAU by 1. Rosentali with the skip pass. Bree Beck drives it all the way in, off the glass, count it, and a blocking foul.
What a play there by Beck. Put the defender on her ankles, drawing the foul and the bucket, going to the line for a three-point play opportunity.
Bree Beck, who hasn't seen a lot of action this year, has only attempted 8 field goals this season coming into the game. Count that one and one. And Hawkins picked up her second foul. Kelsey Jones back into the game for Southern Miss. And Sophia Gallerone checks back in for the Owls.
And you know everyone takes notice when Kelsey Jones enters the game, Frank. The paint just got a lot smaller.
Bree Beck converts the three-point play the old-fashioned way. And FAU up by 4. Gross feeds it down low to Jones. She missed. Beck had the rebound, lost it. Rescued by Wormsley. And a fresh 20 on the shot clock for Southern Miss. Allman gets a screen, fires from the foul line. And Allen fouled on the rebound. That'll go against Lauren Gross.
You love to see the energy from Deja Allman, but if there's any knock against her, it's she gets a little wild sometimes. She needs to settle down a little bit more before her shot.
18-14 Owls here in the first quarter, which has 1:15 left to go. Bree Beck running the offense. Gallerone gives it up to Allen. Guarded by Gross. Allen, step back for the three. Iggy Allen, my goodness, 15 first quarter points.
And you could just see it in her eyes, Frank. She was waiting for that three to open up from the corner. As soon as it did, she fired and splashed down.
Unbelievable first quarter for Iggy Allen. The Owls with their biggest lead at 7. Rose Warren driving on Allen. The pull-up jumper won't go, and a blocking foul called on Amber Gaston. First on Gaston, and Rose Warren will go to the line for 2. Destiny Smith back in, wearing the nose-protecting mask for the Golden Eagles. She'll replace Lauren Gross. Warren 7 out of 9 from the stripe this year.
Looks like a bit of confusion on who's the foul that was on there, Frank.
It was definitely on Gaston on the block as Warren misses the first free throw. Missed them both. Rosentali with the defensive rebound. So a break for the Owls there. Gallerone loads up from 3. That's no good. Rebound to Wormsley.
A rare miss of late from Sophia Gallerone. She's been excellent in the last 3 games she played, although she did miss the UTEP series. They are glad to have her back today.
Shot and game clock almost identical. So the Golden Eagles will run it down for the final shot. Deja Allman working against Iggy Allen. Wormsley with the pump fake, fires a contested 3, no good. Jones with the rebound, won't hit it, and Iggy Allen will pull down the last rebound of the first quarter. So we played the first 10 minutes here in Boca Raton. Iggy Allen with 15 first quarter points. She's hit every shot she's taken so far. FAU leads at 21-14 over Southern Miss. Lead Southern Miss 21-14. Southern Miss coach Joy Lee McNellis, 499 career wins, 270 of them coming at Southern Miss. In Conference USA, second behind only Jim Jaber, who's on the other side of the sideline, with 510 career victories.
Yeah, Coach McNellis, loved as a player, respected as an assistant, and now revered as an institution at Southern Miss. Almost at a career milestone, 500 wins. What an accomplishment it'll be for her.
So between the two coaches today, if my math is correct, 1,009 college basketball victories.
Not exactly lightweights.
And Joy Lee McNellis has been at Southern Miss. This is their 17th season, longest tenured coach in Conference USA, 13 at Memphis before that. and of course was also a player at Southern Miss, so she knows her way around Hattiesburg. As we start the second quarter, Smith, Wormsley, Allman, Warren, and Jones in the lineup for Southern Miss. Allman took a look at a three. Now fires a 14-footer and it rims in. Deja Allman with the basket. It's down to a 5-point lead for FAU. The Owls going with Allen, Beck, Rosentali, Gallerone, and Gaston to start this second quarter. Gallerone to Rosentali, guarded well away from the basket. Iggy Allen, pull-up jumper. Iggy Allen has hit 7 straight shots to begin this game.
I think she forgot how to miss, Frank. She left all her misses in the UTEP game.
Lead back up to 7. Allman, uncontested, can't hit the shot. Rebound loose underneath Jones, had it blocked by Gaston. Iggy Allen the other way. Gallerone on the drive, lays it in.
What a terrific job on the reverse side there by Sophia Gallerone, putting up a right-handed layup. Easy scoop and score for her.
Biggest lead for the Owls at 9. Jones down low, fumbled the entry pass, kicks it back out. Smith, Allman, now Warren with a long 2, Rose Warren.
Another great shot by there by Warren, but you can see FAU's strategy as soon as the entry pass is received, doubles immediately on Jones.
25-18 for the Owls. Sophia Rosentali, back iron with the 3. Destiny Smith grabs the rebound. Entry pass rolls out of bounds, and the officials are going to discuss who touched it last. They say FAU. Stu Gay back in for Amber Gaston in the Owl lineup.
You can believe as long as Jones remains on the court for USM, FAU will stay with this big lineup.
Yeah, you got to have a big body in the lineup against Jones. There's no doubt about that. Wormsley gets free on the inbound, but Iggy Allen with the block.
Ridiculous rejection. Where did she come from? Out of nowhere, Iggy Allen.
Allen poked at by Allman. Gets an Stu Gay screen. Gay's pass to the corner is deflected out of bounds. Last touch by whom? A signal would help from our officiating crew, but they're staying at this end of the floor, so we have to assume it's FAU ball.
Just a case of no one wanted to make a call there.
Hang on. They're still talking about it. And it does belong to the Owls. 16 on the shot clock as Stu Gay tried to inbound it to a triple team Iggy Allen. That's a poor decision by Stu Gay, and Bree Beck picks up a foul to stop the fast break.
Yeah, and Beck, not much of a choice there. She saw the numbers starting to form and got the foul away quickly right before they got across the timeline. It would have been a clear path foul had they gotten across half court.
For Stu Gay, there's no reason to make that pass. I know Iggy's hot, but she's got 3 players on her.
Yeah, just an ill-advised pass from out of bounds. Really not trying to lob it up for the alley-oop. Just really wasn't any room for Iggy Allen to operate there.
Good ball movement by Southern Miss. Wormsley, now Allen. Rose Warren tried to get it down low, but Jones knocked away out of bounds. Yanetta Rosentali with the good defense. Still 10 on the shot clock, or 11 on the shot clock, I should say, for Southern Miss. As Alexa Zapp checks back in for the Owls. She'll replace Bree Beck. Wormsley with the inbound. Jones got inside. Warren with the bank off the glass. Good find by Jones.
Terrific feed there by Jones. Saw the double team coming, dumped it off to the defender, the player on the weak side with no defender help.
Rosentali had trouble with the basketball, but got it to Iggy Allen. And the Owls will set the offense. Stu Gay. Cross court, Zap, step back, and we have a whistle before the shot. It's an offensive foul.
Tough to see who that was against. Looked like it might have been on Yanetta Rosentali.
they're going to call it on Gallerone for the illegal screen. Her first. Second of the quarter on FAU. And Southern Miss with a chance to cut into a 5-point lead. Rose Warren had a good first half. Wormsley, lock and load from 3, no good. Rosentali with the defensive rebound. Yanetta to the front court. Gets it back to Zapp. Zapp with a long triple. Won't go, and the defensive rebound to Jones. Kelsey Jones using that 6'3" frame. Rose Warren on the drive all the way in. Destiny Smith with the layup. Destiny Smith's first basket.
Nifty little up and under move there from Smith, finding some space down near the low block.
6-0 run for Southern Miss. Rosentali can't hit the long jumper. Good rebound by Jones. Quick outlet pass. Destiny Smith feeds it off Rose Warren. Can't hit the little shot, and 2 Owls combine to knock it out of bounds.
And for Owls, number 32, Amber Gaston.
So the defensive rebound was there for the taking. No Southern Miss player in the picture, but Gay and Gallerone got in each other's way.
Yeah, a little bit of friendly fire, and you hate to see it. 2 players in good position for the rebound. Neither could come up with it.
Iggy Allen forces a steal off the inbound. She averages 2.5 steals a game.
That's right, the 3rd leading stealer in Conference USA.
Gets the screen from Gay and knocks down a 16-footer. 19 for Iggy Allen. She's hit every one of her shots, 8 of 8. Allman, Destiny Smith from 17. And it got a kind roll.
Yeah, Gallerone a little bit late on the switch there, leaving her open for 2.
Gallerone couldn't finish the layup after an excellent pass from Alexa Zapp. Well, that's a play you got to finish.
Well, you know no good deed goes unpunished there, and it's a really unfortunate. Zapp with a great find, but unable to get the points out of it.
So the FAU lead down to 3. Deja Allman in control. Destiny Smith, good feed underneath Jones, blocked by Stu Gay.
That was a terrific job there by Gay, focusing on the way down. She was up in the air and on the way down when she made that block.
Gay will lock it up from 3 and hit it. First basket for Stu Gay, and it comes from the land beyond. Owls lead back up to 6, 30-24.
That's a rare look from Gay. That's just her 11th three-point attempt this season.
Allman on the drive, gets all the way in, counted, and a foul on Alexa Zapp.
That's more what you like to see from Deshae Allman. Terrifically under control that time, still with excellent speed to the basket, got up and under around the defender, and finished at the rim.
Timeout on the floor, 4:36 left to go here in the first half. It's FAU 30, Southern Miss 26, with a 3-point play opportunity coming up for the Golden Eagles here in Boca.
Cash or the $42.50 cash back. Visit by
30-26, FAU leading Southern Miss here at Abessinio Court on the campus of Florida Atlantic University. Iggy Allen with 19 of the Owls' 30 first half points, John.
Just an unbelievable first half. Already surpassing her total in the last game against UTEP where she was held to 15 points. We talked about it earlier. It made her angry, and she has come out on fire.
And you see the first of the 2 games at UTEP last weekend. They played Sunday, Monday. 28-17 and 5 steals for Iggy Allen. But this is the game of shorthanded teams. Southern Miss, apparently, without Rakyla Gray, Allie Kennedy, Jalise Smallwood, and Malia Grayson, all rotational players. FAU without Rita Pleskovich, Nicola Ozola, Allie Tilka. Lanisha Harkless hasn't played a lot this season. She would have at least been an option. She's not available today. And that's not even talking about, as Allman completes the 3-point play, the preseason injury to Juliet Gauthier, and then 2 other players leaving the team early in the season for personal issues.
Yep, and both these teams have a next man up philosophy. They're not going to make any excuses for their injured players they don't have available. They're going to keep firing and keep acting like they're the starting five.
Rosentali on the backdoor cut. Beck finds Rosentali again, passed up the shot, goes into the lane, and the runner is good. Second basket for Yanetta Rosentali. That's a 32-27 lead for FAU.
And you love to see it from the Latvian. Sorely missed in the UTEP series. Good to see her back with a couple of baskets.
Smith gives it up to Warren. Now Allman, guarded by Brebeck, 10 to shoot. Wormsley. Down low, Kelsey Jones driving on a Stu Gay. Warren has to fire with the shot clock at 1, and that they'll call it no shot clock violation because Iggy Allen already had her hands on the basketball. Near steal by Destiny Smith. It'll stay with FAU.
And another rebound for Allen, giving her 6 in the first half.
Well on her way to another double-double. Three and a half to go here in the second quarter. Rosentali will trigger in from the baseline as Lauren Gross checks in for Southern Miss. And she'll replace Destiny Smith. Iggy Allen with the long inbound. Rosentali. Miscommunication between her and Gay, but Jones could not come up with the steal cleanly.
Yeah, Rosentali missed the wave off there by Gay. She knew she didn't have position. Jones just taking up too much space in the paint as usual, and Rosentali just missed the wave off.
And again, an unforced error on an inbounds play from FAU, as Iggy Allen tried to hit Bree Beck, but the pass was off target. That's the stuff that drives coaches nuts.
Absolutely, the unforced errors, the unexplainable, quizzical look you'll get from Coach Jabro. What were you doing on that play?
Allman. Back out to Warren. Now Gross. Warren again. Gross to Allman. Still 14 to shoot for the Golden Eagles. Deja Allman with some play directions. Drives it in on Gross. The scoop is good.
Wow, what a shot high off the glass there by Allman.
7 points for Allman, all here in the second quarter. 3-point lead for the Owls. And again, an unforced error for FAU. Bree Beck, who hasn't seen a ton of playing time this year, just kind of throws it away.
Turnovers a problem for both of these teams, Frank. USM with averaging 17 on the year. FAU with 18.4 turnovers per game.
So a chance to tie with a 3 for Southern Miss. Wormsley guarded by Zapp. Wormsley with the 3. Iggy Allen with another rebound. Allen cut off. A Stu Gay long triple. It's good. Her second three-pointer of the game.
Can you believe it? Entered the game with just 9 three-point attempts on the year, and she has a pair of triples in the first half.
Well, when she was healthy last season, we saw her have that type of range, and she can hit a 3, so it's not shocking. But again, she's been battling a very bad ankle injury. On the drive, Wormsley can't hit the layup. Rosentali with the defensive rebound. Stu Gay, Rosentali into the paint, takes the bump, throws it up wildly, and Gross with the rebound. Yanetta thought she was going to get a foul, no call forthcoming.
Yeah, 2 players had blinders on. They both missed a wide open Alexa Zapp on the wing.
Allman, a little shake and bake, and a 14-footer won't go. Defensive rebound to Rosentali. Gallerone. Skip pass for Zapp. Alexa finds the handle, had her shot blocked by Warren. Coming up on a minute to go here in the first half. 6-point lead for the Owls. Jones down low. Gross. Cut off on the drive. Allman. 7 to shoot. Allman with the drive, lost the handle, stolen by Iggy Allen. Iggy on the drive into the lane, offensive foul. Ooh. I'm not sure about that one. Looked like she had a sliver of daylight.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, Frank. Looked like a touch charge there, but those block charges, always a difficult call.
All right, on a second look, I can agree with that.
Yeah, there was contact made. Again, the defender is falling away from the player. It's a tough call, but I think it was the right one.
So the question for me is, did it affect the play? And I don't think it did. In any event, first foul on Iggy Allen. 5-second differential, game and shot clock. Allman. Cut off by Gallerone. Good pass for Jones, and she lays it in. That's a great feed by Allman.
Yeah, terrific find there. 3 feet from the basket. Jones able to make a little bit of space and get that shot up.
And that's a blocking foul on Jones, and Alexa Zaff, not unsurprisingly, goes to the floor after that contact because there is a considerable size differential there.
Yeah, Alexa Zaff, not exactly an unstoppable force, but Jones, definitely an immovable object.
So Alexa Zaff will shoot a couple of free throws with 3 seconds to go in the first half. Gets the first one to rattle in. First point of the evening for Alexa, the sophomore out of Jupiter, Oxbridge Academy, where she helped her team to a couple of state championships. Allman across court, couldn't find the handle to get up a desperation shot, and that'll bring us to halftime. The Owls have not trailed in this one. They jumped out to a 5-2 lead, and at the break, it's FAU 37, Southern Miss 31 here in Boca Raton.
How is yours? Because you got the spicy cheesesteak.
A little fire.
A little fire.
And desire.
Mark, you absolutely crushed it.
Back at Abessinio Court on the campus of Florida Atlantic University, where the Owls lead the Southern Miss Golden Eagles 37-31 at halftime behind 19 points from Iggy Allen. Well, FAU this year has had a couple of sophomores who played some minutes toward the end of last season, but this year have emerged as starters. They are Alexa Zapp and Allie Tilka. Alexa Zapp is the all-time leading scorer for both boys and girls at Oxbridge Academy in Palm Beach County, where she helped her team to back-to-back state titles and learned something very valuable.
That anything's possible, anything can be done. I mean, as long as you rally your team, you get everyone together, you guys are all on the same page, you guys all have the same goals, anything can be accomplished from there.
Zaff saw significant minutes last season as a freshman, started 2 games late in the year, and has been a staple in the starting 5 this season, with slight changes in her preparation.
Probably just like my focus and my mentality is just way stronger. I mean, obviously I was a little younger last year, but now like I'm more goal oriented. I know I know where I see myself in 5 years. I know what I want to do and who I want to be. So I think that has just helped a lot.
Do you think you're most effective when you're in that attack mode?
I'm most effective when I'm attacking, I'm getting my other teammates shots, and I'm making shots.
She's got an amazing motor. And as she learns the nuances of the game that we're teaching her, I think then you'll see the total package come together, and she'll be a really, really good player.
That aggressive playing style has also resulted in Alexa showing more on-court emotion than ever before.
I never used to. Like elementary school, middle school, some of high school, I never really used to like show my emotions. I was just like calm, cool, collected. But now I just turned really emotional like in my game just because I care so much. Like I want to win.
Allie Tilka appeared in 23 games as a freshman with 3 starts. and used that experience to become a full-time starter this year.
The pace is definitely different. That was like the biggest thing, like first coming in. And second of all, I would say just like paying close attention to details. Like it's all about the details. You have to like calm yourself, and I was always kind of trying to play the fast pace, but sometimes rushing myself. And I think after I kind of figured everything out and paid close attention to the details in practice and stuff, it started to pay off. So.
As long as that goes in, I'm okay with it. But if you're going to shoot it from down here, it better go in all the time. I told you to chin it, right?
Getting used to and accepting hard coaching was also a freshman lesson.
Hey, Allie, go again and go hard. Go again and go hard.
Yeah, that was something I wasn't used to, and it took a toll on me. But there's always coming back from it, and I think it has also been a good thing for me, making me come back even stronger. So that's where I think I grew the most mentally from last year to this year.
While on-court aggression has never been an issue for Zaf, Allie has had to rediscover that aspect of her game.
I used to be a big attacker, and I kind of stepped back from that a little bit, so I've been focusing a lot on like attacking the basket more, because as everyone knows, I usually shoot the ball a lot. So I'm trying to put a lot together to be that kind of player that's kind of like unstoppable and can do a little bit of everything.
Or the 4250 cash back. Visit by
Halftime here in Boca Raton, Abessinio Court on the campus of Florida Atlantic University, and the homestanding Owls are leading Southern Miss in this women's basketball game in Conference USA by a score of 37-31. Frank Forte alongside John DeStefano. And John, there's one big storyline in the first half, and that is Iggy Allen.
Yep, she's the elephant in the room. Hasn't missed a shot in the first half. 18 quick points, and she has been excellent everywhere on the court. 6 rebounds in the first half. What hasn't she done so far?
Iggy Allen hit all 8 of her first half field goal attempts, including 3 3-pointers. So she has the most efficient 19 points that you can imagine. And of course, she is a double-double machine. She averages a double-double, and she is carrying FAU this afternoon. And John, as we look at the halftime numbers, anything jump out at you?
Yeah, absolutely. The difference in the game right now is the 0 for 10 three-point shooting from Southern Mississippi. Not normally a good three-point shooting team, and they have been blanked so far, putting up a donut. But, you know, the other side of that is inside the circle, you know, from 2-point range, they are 15 for 29, so shooting above 50% on their twos.
On the season, 26.8% for Southern Miss outside the arc. FAU at 28.7, so not a whole lot better, but the Owls, with the help of 3 for 3 for Iggy Allen, have hit half of their three-point attempts. And FAU leads it 37-31 here at the half. We'll be back in Boca right after this here on ESPN+.
Transform your training with the Peloton
37-31, FAU over Southern Miss here at halftime, as the Owls in the first half shooting the ball outstanding, 14 of 25 and 5 of 10 from three-point range, led by Iggy Allen's 19 points. Iggy on her way to yet another double-double as she averages a double-double. And there is a look at Kaya Wormsley. She has 8 points, all coming in the first quarter, 4 rebounds and 2 assists, compared with Iggy Allen leading FAU. But it's still anybody's game as we head toward the third quarter with a 6-point lead. FAU 37 and Southern Miss 31. Deja Allman with 7 points and 5 assists also for Southern Miss. John, both teams, as we mentioned, shorthanded and playing back-to-back games. These teams will play again tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. So physical conditioning and fitness are going to come into play, because it looks like Southern Miss only with 7 available players and FAU with 8.
Yeah, absolutely. The late season conditioning is going to be paramount for these players, especially the energy they're playing with. We'll see if they can sustain it for today and tomorrow.
Also around Conference USA, they came out yesterday and said all 14 teams on both the men's and women's sides will be invited to the conference tournament. We also have a couple of finals this afternoon already in Conference USA women's play. Charlotte has gone out and knocked off UTEP 62-53, and Rice moves to 10-1 in conference play as they have an easy 73-50 win over Louisiana Tech. Rice looks like to be the class of the league this year.
Yeah, they certainly are. What a terrific team. They should go far in the conference tournament. In fact, they might win the thing.
FAU coming into this one 5-7 in Conference USA play, tied with Western Kentucky and FIU in the Eastern Division for that number 4 spot. Southern Miss comes in at 5-9, and again, in the interest of fairness, the conference decided that all these teams could go to the conference tournament because of the cancellations and the postponements and the COVID protocols. Not everybody's going to wind up playing the same number of games.
Absolutely, and especially if you look at the men's side. If you take a look at the Owls on the men's side, they only played 8 conference games so far this season, and that's what they're going to finish with. So yes, it absolutely levels the playing field for all 14 teams, both on the men's and women's side, and we should have a great pair of conference tournaments.
Well, we have 2 quarters to go here to decide this one. Zapp, Gaston, Gallerone, Rosentali, and Allen on the court for FAU to begin quarter number 3. Alexa Zapp, no field goals in the first half. Iggy Allen. Iggy on the drive, the left hand scoop finally rolls out. She misses, grabs her own rebound. And we have a whistle. And not sure what the issue is here. Was it a shot clock reset?
Yes, shot clock did reset, and they have it properly at 18.
The Owls retain the basketball. Rosentali, Gallerone, open for 3. And got a kind roll.
Gallerone for 3.
Gallerone with 5 points. And it's a 9-point FAU lead at 40-31.
We'll see what kind of answer these Eagles have coming out in the second half. The gauntlet was thrown earlier by Iggy Allen. It was returned by Wormsley and Almond. We'll see if they can continue that here in the second half.
Wormsley with the 3-point miss. Iggy Allen with another rebound. Alexa Zapp. Iggy Allen. They're making her go left. Amber Gaston wasn't looking for the pass.
Yeah, a little miscommunication, a confusion there on the give and go pass. Gaston rolled but was not ready.
In fairness, Iggy was not under a tremendous amount of pressure, but trying to be a good teammate and set up Amber Gaston.
Yeah, and you could see her line of thinking. It was understandable to see that Iggy would put that shot up, but Gaston was wide open.
Stu Gay in to replace Gaston in the FAU lineup. Kelsey Jones. A stand still, quick planted 18-footer won't go. Don't see many of those these days.
Very awkward, difficult shot to put in.
Entry pass knocked away from Stu Gay, and Wormsley heads the other way. Wormsley with a wild runner, won't go. Rebound to Rosentali. Rosentali trying to go coast to coast. Knocked out of bounds by Allman.
That's a big block there by Almond. You saw for sure the foul was coming, but she did a great job to avoid the contact and make a strong block.
And timeout called by Joy Lee McNellis, the head coach of Southern Miss. A little bit of a rake on the arm there. She got some ball, got some arm, but no foul.
Yeah, it looked like she did get her on the arm. There should have been a foul, but none given, and FAU will retain possession.
So we'll take a timeout. It's 40-31. Owls with a 9-point lead. 8:17 left to go third quarter here in Boca Raton.
I can't help it if I'm popping, see them what.
For 72 months, plus 1,000 bonus cash or up to $42.50 cash back. Visit Buy Hyundai.
8:17 to go third period here at Abessinio Court at Florida Atlantic University, and the Owls leading Southern Miss 40-31. Iggy Allen with 19 points to lead the way for FAU. Again, if you're just joining us, both teams very shorthanded. Southern Miss missing 4 rotational players, and the Owls with some injuries and some illnesses, they're missing 4 players, including 2 starters. Off the inbounds, Stu Gay loads up an 18-footer, can't hit it. Rebound to Rose Warren, had it poked away by Gay, and Southern Miss retains possession. Allman, Smith, Wormsley, Warren, and Jones on the court for Southern Miss. Allman feeds down low. Jones, triple teamed. Leaves Warren open for a long two. Defensive rebound to Iggy Allen.
And you mentioned it, you saw the huge collapse of that triple team there against Jones.
Iggy Allen picking up where she left off. Her fourth triple of the day. She now has 22 points. Yeah, I think the Owls have decided they're not going to let Jones beat them inside. As Alexa Zapp comes up with the steal, she'll go all the way on and miss the layup. Oh my goodness. It looked like Destiny Smith simply was out of gas. She didn't even challenge the shot, and somehow Alexa Zapp missed it.
Nope, she watched her do it. And Alexa Zapp, normally extremely reliable on a wide open layup, just a bit too strong and really disappointed with herself. She can't believe it.
Well, it would have been a 14-point lead for the Owls. Lauren Gross coming into the game, replacing Destiny Smith for Southern Miss. Well, it was a great steal by Zapp, and as you see Smith being subbed out of the game because she was simply out of gas and not challenging the shot, and Zapp just couldn't hit the bunny. Wormsley, foul line jumper is good. That's her spot.
Yeah, she loves the mid-range, Frank. Anywhere from 15 to 18 feet, that is her zone.
Gallerone with the corner three. Rosentali, offensive rebound, lays it up, no foul. And Allman comes away with the rebound. Allman taking it strong, knocked away by Zapp. Picked up by Wormsley. Wormsley on the drive. A wild shot, no good, out of bounds, last touch by Southern Miss. Well, getting to be a little bit street right there.
Yeah, frantic play there, just bodies everywhere, flying in the paint.
Jim Jaber wants to know where the foul was down at the offensive end.
Looks like there could have been 2 fouls called on that succession.
Iggy Allen finally misses a three, and the rebound knocked out of bounds off FAU. Coming up on 6.5 to go here in the third quarter. 10-point lead for the Owls. Kaya Wormsley. Now Warren. Gross with a three. Off the back iron and a one-bounce rebound to Alexa Zapp. Gay down low. Iggy Allen lays it in. Great pass by Stu Gay.
And you just can't understand how that could happen. Iggy Allen all alone in the paint.
45-33 Owls. Allman. Rose Warren gets inside and lays it in over Gay.
Warren, just a terrific player. It's hard to believe she's a freshman.
11 points for Rose Warren. Lead back to 10. Gallerone, skip pass, Allen. Passed up the three. Stu Gay, down low, Rosentali can't handle the pass. Gross to Warren. FAU wanted to travel, didn't get the call, and a timeout. 3-second violation, excuse me. Well, I thought it was a turnover outside. It happened to be a turnover in the paint. (45-35). Owls lead by 10 here on their home court. Their largest lead has been a dozen. Iggy Allen to Zapp. Rosentali, Gallerone, corner three on the mark. Gallerone with her second triple of the quarter. She's got 8.
Picking up where she left off before the UTEP series, Frank. They loved her in the 3 games prior. She averaged 10 coming off the bench.
And a timeout called with 4:42 left to go here in the third quarter. It's FAU 48, Southern Miss 35, their largest lead of the day, as Iggy Allen has hit now 4 3-pointers in this ball game.
The freshness, try new Paradise Scent. Stop sneaky odors from lingering in your home with Febreze Unstoppables.
4:42 left to go here in Boca Raton at Abessinio Court on the campus of Florida Atlantic University. They're doing the old school dancing there. 11-4 FAU to open this third quarter, and they've stretched their lead to the biggest of the game at 48-35. Frank Forte alongside John DeStefano, and both teams playing very shorthanded. Southern Miss missing 4 rotational players. FAU missing 2 starters and their backup point guard. So it's the battle of attrition here. Southern Miss has only 7 available players, FAU 8. Gross tries to feed down low. Iggy Allen with the near steal.
And you can see her working the ref. I think that one actually went last off Jones. And they may take another look at this one.
Or not. Off the inbounds, Wormsley.
CUSA officials very coy about their intentions this game, Frank.
Wormsley had it partially blocked by Amber Gaston. I think that's the 4th block for the Owls this afternoon, if my recollection is serving me well. Near turnover, Zap. Able to reset the offense with 15 to shoot. Pass deflected away by Southern Miss.
And you can see the Owls' strategy there, trying to overload the left side, trying to get Jones off her spot, trying to move the center of the paint a little bit, and they can make some room for their bigs.
FAU has turned it over twice on inbounds passes in the first half. Let's see if they can come up with something here. Rosentali hands off to Zap, 6 to shoot. Alexa going to have to put something up for the rim. And that's a shot clock violation. Never drew iron.
Yeah, tough shot to have to take late with the shot clock expiring. Forced it up, didn't draw anything. Tough one for Alexa. She'll get back to it.
Deja Allman, played by Zap. Now Warren had it knocked away by Allen, but Warren recovers. Allman, skip pass for Wormsley. Allman, down low Jones, immediately double teamed. Warren with 4 to shoot. Had it knocked away out of bounds. It'll stay with Southern Miss with 4 on the shot clock. Free back in for Alexa Zaff. In the FAU lineup. 4 on the shot clock. And Allman gets it in Wormsley. Little baby hook will roll in.
Nice little shot there in the lane.
A dozen for Wormsley.
And that's the kind of strategy you'd like to see USM employ more. It's not happening tonight from beyond the arc. They're 0 for 12. We'd love to see them feed inside and get Jones and Warren active.
Rebeck couldn't finish at the rim. Warren the other way. Hands it off Gross, wide open from 16. And Lauren Gross gets her first basket. Down to a 9-point lead. Gross knocked it away. Gross runs over Gallerone, no call, and it'll stay with FAU. I mean, if that was football, it would have been clipping.
Looked like Gross getting up just a bit gingerly, grabbing her arm. She appears to be okay.
Well, FAU can ill afford any injuries as Allman comes up with the steal.
And she just picked the pocket of Bree Beck there. Terrific play there on defense.
And just like that, it's a 7-point game. 6-0 run for Southern Miss.
Yeah, they've hit their last 3, and there's been a scoring drought for FAU over 2.5 minutes.
Beck. Amber Gaston with a 3. That's off the bracket. Ball on the deck. Iggy Allen recovers. Jump ball. It'll belong to a timeout. FAU before the jump ball was called. So good job by the FAU bench to call timeout.
Yeah, good timeout there by Coach Jaber. In fact, a smart timeout either way. That's probably a good juncture to take a timeout. His team is getting a little wild. The game's starting to get away from them a little bit. USM working their way back in after trailing by 12.
Well, it was 48-35 earlier in the quarter. The biggest lead of the game for FAU at 13. It's now down to 7 on that little 6-0 run by USM. And a bad turnover by Bree Beck got her pocket picked in the backcourt, and that's an easy layup. And hopefully FAU can recover from that. That's tough when turnovers like that happen. You never give your offense a chance to get a shot up. There was a shot clock violation before that, so yeah, that's a clean steal. Beck was looking for a foul, but I didn't see one.
Yeah, just terrific aggression there by Almond. And again, this is a big point in this game. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. USM starting to work their way back in. If FAU can hold off the run, they may be able to take a momentum into the fourth quarter. But you know what happens when you let teams hang around, Frank. They come back on you.
Yeah, inevitably in this conference, when you don't put teams away, they're going to make a run. And it seems that way on the women's side, on the men's side. You know, unless it's a complete mismatch in talent, which this certainly is not.
And certainly not on a night like tonight where both teams missing a multitude of players.
And now the officials are taking a look at the replay. I'm assuming to see whether FAU got the timeout in time. Although I don't know how they would determine that from replay.
Yeah, tough to tell. Really difficult to make a call after the fact on this play. Looked like Allen was laid out on the floor trying to call timeout. I believe they gave it to Coach Jaber before the tie-up.
Well, that's certainly what FAU is hoping for because the possession arrow belongs to Southern Miss. So now the officials have looked at the replay and they're going to discuss it. And I'm a big believer, John, unless it's something blatantly obvious to overturn it, just stick with your call.
Yeah, you really appreciate the effort to get the call right. You always want to get the call right. But in situations like this where it's not the game on the line, it's not a big play, it's not something that would affect the score any, the call on the play has to stand.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at replay and then you're still discussing it for another minute afterwards, just stay with the call.
Right, that's not really what the replay system is for. It's not to make, dicey, infinitesimally small calls. It's just to correct the obvious mistakes.
Don't get me started on my soapbox. In all sports, replay started with that intention, and I'm not talking about this particular situation, but across all sports, it started as overturning, it's going to stay with FAU, overturning obvious errors, and it's turned into microseconds and millimeters that they're looking at in all across all sports. And it's like, the play at second base where the guy slides in and he steals the base, but his foot comes off the base for a millisecond.
Right.
When he clearly beats the throw and then they're calling him out. I mean, come on.
Yeah. You already stole the base cleanly, and there's a tag behind, and your foot just, there's not a cleat on the base, and they'll call you out. And it's just unfortunate. You make a good play, especially in a play like we just saw here. You thought FAU made a good play by recovering the loose ball and getting a timeout called. But now we're going to, chop it up and dice it so finely that it really puts a lot of pressure on the officials.
And the other thing it does is it's now slowed the game down to an absolute crawl. FAU's coaches are saying, what's the holdup? And Joy Lee McNellis wanted an explanation, and one of the officials, Luis Gonzalez, went over there, but he's talking to her for 45 seconds. It's like, look, this is what we decided. It's done. And now you've slowed the game down to an absolute crawl.
Yeah, and this is unfortunately the situation you can run into. This is actually what we were trying to avoid in the replay system, and now we're currently mired in it.
Well, the bottom line is FAU will retain the ball, and they'll have 20 on the shot clock. Rosentali to inbound. FAU needs a basket. Iggy Allen with the inbound. Free back. Rosentali feeds a Stu Gay. Back to Rosentali. Free back on the baseline. Tripped and a foul on Warren.
Yeah, a little too aggressive there, Warren. Lost her spacing, lost her man, and just unable to recover in time and avoid the foul.
Non-shooting foul. FAU will bring it in on the baseline with just under 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Beck feeds Allen. Allen on the take and drew the foul. Wormsley picked up the foul, and Iggy thought she should have finished the layup and had the three-point opportunity.
And if you ask her, she definitely should have, because she knows she is one of the best at the rim.
Kaya Wormsley picked up the foul. Alexa Zapp checking back in. She'll replace Sophia Gallerone. Foul lineup.
Iggy Allen already with 24 and 13. An unbelievable night for her. She is on pace to set career records in both points and rebounds tonight.
63% free throw shooter on the season. Rattled the first one in. And hits both. 26 points for Iggy Allen. Gross tried to feed it down low. Jones had it stolen away, but Iggy Allen stepped on the baseline, and it'll stay with the Golden Eagles.
Iggy Allen just about a foot away from a tremendous play there to sky over Jones. I don't know how you do that. She's 6'3".
Allman bounces it into Jones, hands back to Allman. Open from 18. Rebound Wormsley over Zapp, lays it in. Zapp had inside position, but couldn't hold off Wormsley. Beck for the Owls. Hands to Zapp. Zapp turned it over. And here comes Wormsley the other way. Good pass for Allman. Dishes to Gross. And she lays it in.
Terrific transition possession there by USM. 3 passes, all to open players, finished with an easy layup.
So the lead back down to 5. Iggy pulls up from 15, can't hit it. Gross with the rebound.
FAU has gone ice cold from the field, Frank. No field goals in the last 4+ minutes.
50 seconds to go, third quarter. Jones down low, stripped by a Stu Gay, and the outside official makes the call. It'll be a 2-shot foul.
Tough foul there going against Gay. Looked like she had good position, but too much body against Jones.
For Owls, number 15, Sophia Gallerone.
Gallerone back in for Zapp in the FAU lineup. So Jones will go to the stripe, shooting a couple, 60% free throw shooter. Five points for Kelsey Jones, the junior out of Starkville, Mississippi. This has gone from a 13-point lead in this quarter down to 4. Rosentali with the rebound, ripped it away from Warren. Bree Beck, back to Iggy Allen. Stu Gay. Rosentali fouled on the drive by Jones.
Probably a good foul there by Jones, although she didn't know it, but Gallerone had no one between her and the basket.
Third on Jones. And the Owls will inbound. 30 on the game clock, 20 on the shot clock as Bess Hawkins comes back in, replacing Jones with the 3 fouls.
FAU desperate for a good possession here.
Allen feeds it back to Beck. And Bree will reset the offense. Underneath, Rosentali, lay it in, counted and one. A much-needed basket as Rose Warren picks up the foul.
This one won't go down on the score sheet, but what a great aggressive play there by Rosentali, picking the ball away from the defender, able to out-muscle her for the ball and put it up for 2.
And Yanetta cannot complete the 3-point play. And they're going to stay here with the foul. So we'll stay at this end, and that's a break for the Owls.
That's exactly what they needed at this juncture. They were very cold from the field. Again, 4 minutes without a basket, as USM had hit 5 of their last 6 to work their way back into this.
Rose Warren picks up her 3rd foul. So the shot clock is off with 17.5 seconds left on the game clock. And they're going to call it over the limit on Southern Miss with that foul. So let's see who's going to the line. Looks like Bree Beck.
Bree Beck, the line, shooting 2.
Beck, a 57% shooter from the line.
4 points on the evening for Bree Beck. And she makes them both cleanly. 15 to go in the 3rd quarter.
For USM, this possession needs to end in a shot, and they'd love to get some points back before the 4th quarter.
Entry pass for Hawkins, too far, out of bounds, turnover.
And it looks like I jinxed him, Frank. Turnover there. Break for the Owls, 6 seconds. Let's see if they can get a shot off.
Bree Beck with a screen from Gay. Beck feeds it off. Iggy Allen, triple at the buzzer. Count it. Iggy Allen with 29 points on the buzzer beater. And the Owls will go to the break into the 4th quarter with now an 11-point lead. Just how quickly it turned. The Owls were up only 4, and just like that, they're up 57-46 as we go to the final 10 minutes. $11-point lead for FAU as we start the 4th quarter. 29 points for Iggy Allen on 11 of 14 shooting, and John, a really well executed play, full court with 6 seconds left in the quarter.
Yeah, fantastic job by Bree Beck here. Knowing she only has 6 seconds left, spots Iggy Allen on the wing on her way in to penetrate, finds her, picks her out, and Iggy Allen, a sweet stroke for 3. And we could be a broken record today talking about Iggy Allen from 3. She is 5 for 6.
Well, the Owls up the lead to 13 midway through the quarter. Southern Miss made a run to get it back down to 4, but it's now 11 go into quarter number 4. Frank Forte, John DeStefano with you here on ESPN Plus for Conference USA basketball. Southern Miss with the basketball to begin quarter number 4.
We'll see what kind of response the Eagles have for that last triple made by Allen.
Allman played by Beck. And a foul on the drive against Bree Beck. First of the quarter on FAU. Second foul on Bree, junior out of Chicago.
You can see the discussion there between Beck and Allen. Allen letting her know, settle down. We don't need quick fouls in this quarter.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is USM cutting into the lead with no time running off the clock. Wormsley, pump fakes, drives, acrobatic shot won't go. And on the rebound, we have a foul. And that'll be on a Stu Gay battling with Kelsey Jones.
Well, if effort earns you points, Wormsley certainly would have made that one. Just tremendous job to sky through the air, but unable to find any kind of a controlled shot there.
Already second foul on FAU, and we have a whistle. Okay, a warning on FAU of encroaching on the inbounds pass.
Yeah, Stu Gay just a little over-aggressive there.
Destiny Smith gives it up to Allman. Skip pass Gross. Loads up a 3, air ball. Stu Gay battling for the rebound and comes away with it. Gallerone thought about a 3, didn't take it. Stu Gay back to Bree Beck. Gallerone travel.
Yeah, just terrific effort play there by Gross to knock it away from Gallerone. Little hop step, easy call for the official on the sideline.
You got to take better care of the basketball if you're FAU, though.
Yeah, some lazy passing on the offensive end. Gonna have to clean that up. 9 minutes to go in this game. USM still hanging around, only down 11.
Deja Allman pounding the dribble. Destiny Smith. Allman again. Walks. That has to be it. No? Oh, my goodness. That's a foul inside on Rosenthaler.
Difficult call there going against Rosenthaler. It looks like she was getting manhandled underneath by Jones.
Well, now they're calling it on Gay because she's going to the bench with 4 fouls.
Well, that might be the correct call, but it certainly wasn't on Yanetta Rosenthaler.
Off the inbounds, Allman. Allman gets a screen, pulls up from 14. That's a brick. And Iggy Allen away with the rebound.
That's a shot that's got to be there, Frank. Wide open from the elbow. Allman just a little out of control.
Brutal screen from Amber Gaston, and Iggy Allen nails the jumper.
Yeah, Amber
Legal
Gaston,
but brutal.
Yeah, Gaston did her best brick wall impression there, knocking Allman directly to her butt.
Jones down low, spins in on Gaston and finishes.
Excellent drop step move there by Jones, getting right around Gaston.
Iggy Allen is fouled by Wormsley.
Allen looks to be okay, a little gimpy after that contact. But both teams, you can tell, Frank, starting to tire a little bit. The lack of substitution really starting to be a factor.
Yeah, FAU has 8 available players, but really Jim Jaber comfortable playing only 7. Tori Abelson is the other young lady that's dressed, and she's played just a handful of minutes this year in blowout situations.
And now with Gay on 4 fouls, she has to sit. That's another poor pass and a turnover by FAU.
Yeah, Rosenthaler just forced it. If it's not there, look to switch the ball. I know Iggy's hot, and they want to force feed her, but you got to be smart about it.
It's hard not to give the girl the ball when she has 29 points already. But there are 4 other players on the court, and they are all capable. They need to be utilizing their effectiveness offensively.
Smith, offensive foul, as she knocked over Amber Gaston. Well, I think, John, this is crystal clear at this point. They are not going to let Smith beat them inside. 3 red shirts around her.
Absolutely not. Collapsing down every time there's an inside pass. Either Smith or Jones finds themselves surrounded by FAU defenders.
4 fouls on Jones. Galleron as FAU breaks the press, the Euro step layup.
Terrific job there by Galleron. Faked her man out, found herself all alone, and you love the Euro step at the end, staying in control and putting that layup in.
Double digits for Galleron. She's got 10. Allman fouled by Gaston on the drive.
I confess myself unsure of where the foul was on that one, Frank. Looked to be all ball, hard, tough foul against Amber Gaston. But Allman goes to the line.
Deja Allman, a 71% free throw shooter on the season. Just to show you, now Allman's one of their better players. Just to show you that Southern Miss is not at all dependent on the 3. She doesn't have a 3-pointer this season. 0 for 4. 10 points now for Allman. And it's a 61-49 lead. Zapp able to break the press. Galleron inside, lays it in.
That's the inside feed you're looking for. Able to receive the pass 4 feet from the basket, and a simple turnaround is all she needed.
Warren out of the corner on the drive. Short with the layup, and Iggy Allen, who has a double-double already, comes to the front court. Look out, Warren from behind, nearly stole it.
Almost a great play there by Warren, so aware and never afraid to be aggressive around the ball.
But that's on Allen's teammates. They've got to warn her that she's coming from behind.
Absolutely is. A communication breakdown definitely on the offensive end.
Rosenthaler into the paint. The scoop shot won't go. Rosenthaler with the rebound. Took a bump from Jones. And the Owls will reset.
Looks like she might have gotten away with the travel there on the baseline after the rebound, but no call.
Gaston on the pick and roll. Can't finish, but a foul. Bess Hawkins back in, replacing Kelsey Jones in the Southern Miss lineup.
And you can expect that to just be a very brief breather for Jones. She'll be back out in no time. Just 6.5 minutes left to go in this game, and they'll definitely need her for the final 5.
Amber Gaston, 1 out of 2 from the line today. Her only point has come from the stripe.
It's been a tough season at the line for Gaston. Normally a 45% free throw shooter. Does her best work in the low block.
Oh, Iggy Allen snuck in for the rebound and lays it in. No problem, I got your back, teammate.
And you saw after the play, giving the mean mug.
.6:10 to go, 65-49, Owls' biggest lead. Wormsley to the baseline, cut off by Rosentali. Destiny Smith with the runner, that's short. Smith her own rebound, count it and one.
Just a strong offensive play there. Strong to the glass, put back shot, 3-point play opportunity.
Third foul on Amber Gaston. Third foul on Amber Gaston. And Smith, a 44% free throw shooter, trying to complete the 3-point play.
FAU's opened their lead back up to 14. And we'll see if they can hold them off. The last 6 minutes should be furious from USM.
Lane violation on the Owls, so Destiny Smith gets a second chance. They reset the game clock, put a second back on. 6 minutes even to go in this one. And Destiny Smith takes advantage of the reprieve. She now has 7 points. Iggy Allen racing to the front court. Give it up to Zapp. And a steal by Wormsley. Alexa Zapp really struggling this afternoon.
Been normally sure-handed, very quick to the ball, Alexa Zapp, but just hasn't found the handle all game.
Wormsley blocked by Gaston.
You saw
How is that not a foul? How is that not a foul?
It's a great question, Frank. A ton of contact. Looked like a clear foul, but none given.
Well, they've mostly swallowed the whistles this afternoon. Now, Rosentali will come up. This is the block by Gaston.
Yeah, you almost saw her eyes get big, just loading up, ready to block
right
that
there.
one.
How was that not a foul on Hawkins?
And your guess is as good as mine.
And a foul on the inbound. That'll go on Wormsley. That's her third.
And it's tough to understand how that last play could be a foul, but the one preceding it was not.
Oh, well, maybe a bit of a makeup. 5:24 to go in this one. Owls by 13. And a foul on Hawkins underneath as Gaston was battling for position. 15 foul. Stu Gay back in for FAU, replacing Yonetta Rosentali. FAU's going to have to make some free throws down the final few minutes here if they want to salt this one away. Gaston just 1 for 4 at the stripe this afternoon. Make it 2 for 5. 2 points for the junior from Vicksburg, Mississippi. Done a good job at the defensive end this afternoon. Now that's a lane violation. That's a lane violation. Allman lost her balance, put her hand down in the paint. And I could have called that from the last seat in the top of the arena.
Sometimes you just try to do too much, and sometimes that's with your feet planted.
Wait a second. How is that? Okay, I don't understand this call.
Perhaps we'll get some clarification later, but we all saw Almond put her hand in the paint, right?
Yeah. I don't get it. Wormsley with the crossover. Can't get the roll on the rebound. Gallerone kicks it out to Beck. Amber Gaston underneath. No foul. The block from Jones, who blocked it with 4 fouls.
No foul, and it also looked like she walked. She took 3 steps before she dribbled on that shot, Frank.
I don't think these officials are having the best of days. Good behind-the-back dribble. Wormsley draws a foul.
Well, everyone's entitled to an off night. In fact, USM having an off night themselves, shooting 0 for 13 from three-point land.
Iggy Allen drew the foul, her second. And we have a timeout on the court. 4:44 left to go in Boca Raton. It's FAU 66, Southern Miss 52. Court on the campus of Florida Atlantic University. The Owls leading Southern Miss 66-52 this Conference USA basketball game. And Iggy Allen has had a day to remember, John, a career and season high.
She certainly has. 33 points on 13 of 16 shooting. Just unstoppable.
Sophia Gallerone's chipped in with 12. Rosentali and Gay with 6 apiece. And another double-double for Iggy Allen. What does the rebound say, John?
She's 16? At 16, 33 and 16 so far. That's a stat line, isn't it?
Have a game. Don't be afraid to have a game, Iggy.
She is something else, and just an incredible transfer. It's hard to believe she wasn't a starter on either of the teams she transferred from.
Kaya Wormsley hits the first free throw. She's got 15. Well, Jim Jabers hit the jackpot with grad transfers the last 2 seasons, and Crystal Prim last year and Iggy Allen this year, and there's rebound number 17 for Iggy.
He certainly has, and still undecided, though. There are rumors in the works that Iggy does plan to come back for her 6th year of eligibility.
And if you haven't checked her out on social media, you've got to see it, because she's got about 7 alter egos, including a weather forecaster. A Stu Gay with a 3. A Stu Gay, 3 triples today.
And when it rains, it pours. A Stu Gay with 3 triples, and nobody could have predicted that.
Warren on the drive, dished it off, and Jones gets the layup. Kelsey Jones with 9 points. Zapp trying to break pressure. Finds Gallerone underneath for the layup. Beautiful look by Alexa Zapp.
It's really not a great play there by Warren. A little too aggressive, left Zapp wide open. She was able to find her underneath the basket.
Rose Warren with 3:43 to go. Warren is fouled by Zapp. That's the one thing about the Owls. They do have a tendency to foul a lot for whatever reason. But there's been too many games this year where the fouls just pile up.
I talk about it on the CUSA broadcast all the time. They frequently find themselves on foul trouble and on the wrong side of the bonus in most quarters. They've definitely cleaned it up today, though, and it's a credit to them, and the score reflects it.
Rose Warren now 0 for 3 from the line. And that's a lane violation. I hope I have this one right on Kelsey Jones. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to argue with that call.
Well, when she moves, it's hard to miss. She 6'3", it's hard to miss. And again, there's an unforced turnover.
Possibly the only mistake Iggy Allen has made all day, but she has to know that Zapp is not going to stay on the baseline there and wants to move with her down court.
71-55. Allman. Destiny Smith misses with the jumper, and again, Iggy Allen clears the rebound.
You can hear Smith screaming for the feed, but you've got to make your open shots, especially late in the game.
Amber Gaston down low. Gaston, what a spin move, but can't finish. That was a beautiful move, but just no finish.
Did everything but make the shot, got right around her man, just couldn't find it for the...
How is that not a travel? Thank you. Oh, my goodness.
Occasionally there are answers to your questions, Frank, and
wow.
That one looked pretty obvious to me.
For a second, I thought he wasn't going to call it. I'm like, really? I mean, James Harden in the NBA is one thing, but that's a travel all day. Gallerone, Amber Gaston runs over. I mean, there's no reason to be in a hurry here.
No, there's certainly
isn't. 3:09 left to go.
No, and it's a good charge to take there underneath the basket. Gaston has to be under control, and like you said, just not in a hurry.
And already shorthanded, Gaston down on the floor, injured. It's 2-on-1.
Yeah, and it's a great job by Jones to avoid staying in the semicircle in the restricted area, getting her feet just outside, and you certainly hope Gaston is okay. She's still prone on the court.
Well, the last thing that FAU can afford is another injury. They've got people out with injuries. They've got people out with illness. Looks like they're going to win this game, but again, they've got to come back and play at 2 o'clock tomorrow. 3:09 left to go in this one. FAU 71, Southern Miss 55 here in the fourth quarter. As we come back to live action, Kelsey Jones makes a layup for Southern Miss. Gallerone fires a three. That won't go. I'm not sure why FAU is in such a hurry. 2-on-1, Allman off to Wormsley, who lost the handle. Allman rescues. John, no. I don't know why FAU's in such a hurry.
Can't be taking shots this late in the game with more than 20 seconds on the shot clock. Got to waste some time down in the offensive end.
Allman with a three. And just like that, it's down to 11.
And just like we talked about, Frank, if you don't put teams away, they have a tendency to hang around.
Over the back foul on Rosenthalli off the Allen miss, and this is how games slip away. I'm trying not to be overly critical here, but it seems like basketball 101. When you have a 14-point lead, why are you rushing the ball up court?
And this has been one of the struggles for this FAU squad. They've been outscored in, I believe, 13 of 16 fourth quarters this season and just haven't been able to close out games effectively.
Wormsley to the line, shooting a couple.
And just to further that point, they actually have not come back in a game in which they trailed in the fourth quarter.
So that's a 7-0 run for Southern Miss, and the lead back down to single digits. And a turnover again.
Poor pass there by Zapp.
Jones hands it off Allman. Wormsley, Allman again as we approach 2 minutes. Warren to the baseline. Cut off by Allen. Destiny Smith with a wild shot. Rosenthalli with the rebound. Call timeout if you're on the floor. Zapp to the front court. We have a minute 45 to play in a 9-point lead. It was not that long ago, 16.
But this is what we talk about. Settle it down, run your half-court offense.
Count it and one.
And you result with a 3-point play opportunity.
Yeah, just calm things down, run your offense. 16 points, by the way, for Sophia Gallerone, including 8 here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, not to be outdone by Eggy Allen, having an unbelievable game in her own right, but Sophia Gallerone, can you say a quiet 16 points?
Yeah. Gross back into the ball game, replacing Destiny Smith. And Gallerone will try to complete the 3-point play. And she does. 17 for Sophia.
Terrific game so far from the Spanish international. Again, sorely missed in the UTEP series. 17 tonight. She picked up right where she left off before the injury.
Allman with a long three. Rebound on the deck. Iggy Allen comes away with it. That's it. Pull it out. Reset. No reason, again, to be in a hurry. Backdoor cut. Rosenthalli with the left hand. And another good pass by Stu Gay.
Yeah, you love the feed there by Gay. Rosenthalli on the give and go. Rolled off her man. Received the entry pass. And too easy for a layup.
And Rosenthalli with the steal. And we're under a minute to go. And the Owls are going to win this one. Southern Miss made it semi-interesting late here in the fourth quarter, but the Owls able to pull away. An offensive foul on Rosenthalli. Trying to set the screen. And they'll get Iggy Allen out of this game smartly with 41 and a half seconds to go as Bree Beck comes in, and Iggy Allen leaving with 33 points and 18 rebounds.
Yeah, just a superhuman effort. Another superhuman effort from her. You just can't describe her with an adjective that hasn't already been used.
And the other thing is she plays with such enthusiasm and, you know, such energy. That's hard to replicate.
She really appreciates the emotional nature of basketball, Frank.
Well, Iggy Allen, what a find this has been for Jim Jaber. Iggy Allen started her career at Mississippi State. She actually got into a national championship game in the final minute and made a free throw, so that's something she can, you know, tell her family years and years from now. Transferred to Miami, didn't get a lot of run there, got her degree, and came here as a grad transfer, and there's no other way to put it. She's just been a star here. She's one of, if not the best player in the league, she's one of the best 5.
Well, she's definitely one of the best guards in Conference USA, that is for sure. And it's just a crazy thing to see what has basically become a Cinderella player. You know, no appearances for Mississippi State in the first run, just one appearance in 1 minute in the championship game in the second run, and now here she is, 33 points with a career high and 16 rebounds.
Stu Gay pulls down the defensive rebound off the Grossmith. And the Allman fouling. You're fouling down 14 points with half a minute to go. Okay. So the Owls will deny Joy Lee McNeilis her 500th win, at least for today. And for Jim Jaber, it'll be career win number 511.
And I think we would be remiss if we didn't mention that our hearts are certainly with Coach Joy McNeilis after her stage 4 cancer diagnosis back in January. Not content to let the season get away from her. In fact, she told her team, I love this university. I want to do this university proud. The last thing I want to do is disappoint someone who gave me an opportunity. And you just...
Amber Gaston, who went out with an injury just a minute ago, no longer receiving treatment, so hopefully that's a good sign. Rosenthalli with an over-the-back foul as Alexa Zaff missed a couple of free throws.
Representative number 4, Leslie Smith. Number 3, Wes Hawkins.
14-point lead for the Owls with under 30 to go, under 30 seconds to go. Fess Hawkins in for Kelsey Jones, who leaves with 11 points. Rose Warren, freshman from Puckett, Mississippi. It's point number 11 for her.
And if you don't know that name now, you might want to learn it. Rose Warren, definitely going to be a factor for these Eagles the next 3 years.
And the Owls can run out the clock here if they so choose. And now Southern Miss will back off. Looked like they wanted to foul, and they're thinking, okay, it's a 13-point lead with 20 seconds to go. I'm not sure that's the best strategy. Stu Gay will take it in with the reverse. And that'll get her to double digits with 11 points, and that'll do it. 33 points, 18 rebounds for Iggy Allen, and FAU wins this one 78-63. John, the Owls never trailed in this one.
Nope. Wire-to-wire finish for them. And what more can you say about Iggy Allen? FAU fans can go home getting Iggy with it once again.
So not often the Jim Jabers team has a double-digit victory. 78-63 for the Owls is the final as Iggy Allen, the star of the day. So for John DeStefano, I'm Frank Forte saying so long from Boca Raton, Florida. The final once again, FAU 78, Southern Miss 63. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streamed live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.